I packed up my little car, drove to the Emerald City and right into the Playboy Mansion, and there was a butler there that greeted me, and I felt like it was a sorority I had always wanted to join. I'm Candace Jordan, and I don't want to give up my Playboy memorabilia, but this is my story. So the fairy tale all began in Dupont, Illinois, which is where I'm from. And I was valedictorian of my high school class, and I was so sick of school. And my girlfriend said, you know, they're hiring at the St. Louis Playboy Club. You should go over there and audition. So I went over there, I auditioned, and of course I got the job, thankfully. This was my first modeling picture at the Playboy Club in St. Louis. It was 1973, so I was newly out of high school, and my job and career as a Playboy bunny began in St. Louis. I was too young to serve alcohol, so I played bumper pool, and I was a real pro at it, made lots of money. And then I did a pictorial for Best Bunnies, and they saw it at the Hub in Chicago, and I got a letter asking if I'd like to move into the Playboy Mansion. But I thought, wow, I'm ready for a new adventure, of course. I'd never been to Chicago. I packed up my little car, drove to the Emerald City, which is now how I see it, and right into the Playboy Mansion. And there was a butler there that greeted me and welcome home, Miss Collins. I mean, it was surreal. And I really did feel like I was home. And I got this note. It says, a bunny by the name of Candy Collins is transferring here from St. Louis. She is due to arrive Sunday. Please have her see me first thing on Monday morning. And this was dated September 19th, 1974. So that's the day that I moved into the Playboy Mansion. Everything at the Playboy Mansion was provided: food, room, board, laundry services, linen services for the bed changes. They had maids, they had butlers. We were really spoiled little brats living there, quite frankly. And yeah, it was quite an experience, and it cost $50 a month. When I started at the club, then I became the Bunny of the Year, which is an honor that's voted on by the Key Club members. And so this is me winning the Bunny of the Year contest, which I was so thrilled about. It was really an incredible moment. Without that, I wouldn't have had the life I have. I wouldn't have met my husband. And so I really owe Hefner and Playboy an awful lot. There's a good story about this eyes cover, because this is the first cover that was not a body part of a woman. So it was not overtly sexual. It was just eyes. And the art director was Tom Stabler, and he had a hell of a time getting Hefner to approve this cover. And after it was approved, it became the best-selling cover by the Marketing Bestsellers Association, and it won all kinds of awards. And so he was glad that he'd approved it afterwards. When I was living at the mansion, the girls there had free reign of this beautiful mansion. I mean, all hours of the day or night. You could order lobster from, you know, the butlers at 3 o'clock in the morning when you come in from your shift. They had a bowling alley. They had an underground swimming pool. They had fantastic parties. Every celebrity that came through Chicago wanted to go to the mansion for a party. It was always thrilling around there. I mean, and like I said, and really in hindsight is when I appreciate it the most, because it was a life and a moment in time that will never come again. And it's like, what 1% of the universe could have experienced something like that. And I'm so thrilled that I was a part of that. That was amazing. My items are going to go into the Chicago History Museum, and I want to let people know that there's a completely different side to this story in history. And I hope that seeing some of these items, you know, knowing that girls lived this life, that they were, you know, improved upon because of it, that made their lives better. And I think that with other people being able to see what I own, they'll see another side, and they'll appreciate it more. Well, what's going to go in the museum is my 2 trophies. This is the International Bunny of the Year Pageant Trophy that was televised on ABC. So this is going in, and I have a smaller Bunny of the Year trophy from my win in Chicago, my Playboy Bunny silver Bunny of the Year costume, and the ears. One of the things that's going to go in the museum that I think is really super unique, and I've never seen another one like it, is the handbook for residents, bunnies, playmates living at the mansion. So one of the cool things about this pamphlet is that it's like a rule book for what you need to do if you're a resident of the Playboy Mansion. But anyway, it says, we're happy to welcome you as a tenant of the Playboy Mansion. Although this building at 1340 North State Parkway is primarily a guest house, it is also the private residence of Mr. Hugh M. Hefner, president of Playboy Enterprises, Inc. And so they have all these rules. And one of the things that they sent out a memo later that is so funny to me now, it's like January 24th, 1975, and they said, it's common knowledge around the company that cutbacks are occurring every place. The mansion is not an exception. We're all going to have to cooperate with each other during the coming lean period. And for them, lean period meant no more cigarette boxes throughout the public areas, no nuts, goldfish, crackers, or cookie jar. I mean, this is their idea of a cutback. But that's the surrealness of living at a Playboy Mansion. And then there's all these other rules. You know, you can't bring men in. You can bring a girlfriend if they're, you know, approved. It's incredible. And it says number 10 is no illegal drugs are allowed on the premises. They had to put that in the handbook. This is something that I really love. And this is another thing, I've never seen another one like it. It's the Playboy Bunny Manual. And it's for, you know, how to be a bunny. You know, it talks about how to do the bunny dip. Well, I don't think I ever read this really, so you can tell how good a employee I was. But they seem to let me do whatever I want. But anyway, this is going to go into the museum. I have a lifetime of memories with Playboy. I think it's time for somebody else to enjoy what I've been enjoying for so long. I saw Hefner a lot at the mansion. He had his friends over all the time. All the time he's playing, you know, backgammon, love backgammon. Christy's daughter was there a lot. His son I met there a couple times, David, who was really loved to keep out of the spotlight. But they were a wonderful family, and they were always together. And he was a magical person. I mean, really, truly, if there was a unicorn as a man, it would be him. And it was just such a wonderful atmosphere because everybody was so happy to be there, and he was the perfect host. I mean, the spreads would be unbelievable, unlimited food, unlimited cocktails, always had huge entertainment at these parties. He just loved to make people happy. I think being in the magazine helped because it built up my notoriety, but I signed with Wilhelmina in New York, and I, you know, modeled in Europe. I had lunch one afternoon with Salvador Dali on assignment, and I mean, I was in Risky Business with Tom Cruise. I had a billboard in Times Square. So yeah, it was good after that. I didn't have any trouble adjusting to life after Playboy. So as sad as I am to see my memorabilia go, I'm also very excited for the opportunity to have all this stuff in the Chicago History Museum where other people can enjoy it. I mean, I don't want the history of Playboy to fade away. I think people will be able to see it in a different light and see what it meant to so many other people like me and like all the other employees and Playboy Playmates, Playboy Bunnies, and the whole world of Playboy. And so I look forward to making it bigger and better at the Chicago History Museum. So here's to you, Playboy and Hugh Hefner. Thank you.